How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. Want to thank all you good folk out there in YouTube land for continuing to rock out with my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, I'm back with another video. And in this video, it is very concerning. In today's times, we're in some troublesome times, family. And people more so than ever need something to believe in. Whatever you choose to call what you call God, that person needs something to believe in. If now, not more than ever. But we have men, pastors, bishops that are supposed to put the sheep's needs ahead of his own. But you know what, family? I found this little video and I feel like, it might be something that we can take away from it. And I just want to react to it a little bit.
I, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
It had to be the man on the organ for me, because what was those last little messy notes? Not the womp 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 Charlie Brown notes. Another pastor has gone viral, and once again it happens during the offering portion of service, although it seems like this whole service was nothing but offering.
A lot of churches get in trouble because they wait on the government to give them programs to offset their budgets. And then when those candidates are out of office, they don't have anything. This is the reason the teaching of tithes and offerings is crucial to not only the success of the church, but the longevity of the church.
Now, in this clip, you see Pastor Winans abruptly stop the service, not to pray, not to worship, but to rebuke a fellow parishioner for giving $1,200 instead of $2,000. Now, I wanted to look within the context of this situation to find out exactly what happened, and that's exactly what I did. Here we go.
I want a generation that recognizes I gotta give because that's how God gives back to me. Are you listening to me? And so today is our day of giving, where we give a significant offering. And if I stand here for the next 4 hours receiving money, I'm going to shout till I fall out. Because there's nothing I have that is mine except God gave me the strength to go get it.
We had another auction style service. Do I have 2,000 over here, 2,000 over here? That's good, 2,000. So the pastor gave everyone a script to read, but he started off. Now he got up, said that he was given $1,000. Then people donated to his fundraiser that gave around $9,500, I believe. Then he gave another gift of $10,000 on top of that. So he said it was a total of $20,000 in all.
I, Pastor Marvin Winans, give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church, of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $7,500. So I give sowing this seed of $1,000 plus what I just read, and I give a seed of $10,000. That's my seed. I'm sowing a seed of $10,000 plus all that I read, which is over $20-some thousand.
So it seems like this first group of people all got up, giving a total of $1,000 plus another $1,000, meaning $2,000 in all.
Given faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of 1,000 plus another 1,000 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
So the line was very long. One by one, people would get up and they would say, I'm giving an offering of $1,000 plus another $1,000. And sometimes they would even give more. This line was specifically just for the people that could give at least $2,000.
Finance department, now listen to me. If you're giving the 1 plus 1, if you're giving 1 plus something else, we're going to come back and get that. I just want the 1 plus 1 to come. If you're on the finance department and you're prepared, come now and let's give God praise as they come.
I give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of $1,625 plus $375.
It's 2,000.
That plus my family and friends.
Well, say that. What you just said was just $1,400.
Wrong.
Not you loud and wrong with the money I'm giving you, talking about it was only $1,400. Sis looked like she wanted to take her check back and would have. Give me that. Amen. Amen.
That is a total of $2,000.
All right. And, well, then I'm going to go by what you say.
Wait. Long, I got changes.
I, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfecting Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Wait a minute. What's this? This ain't enough. Make it enough.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Okay, well, give me my money back. He clearly still put the money in the bucket. If you don't need it or it's not the time, then give it back so I can go to the car and go home.
All right, listen to me. We gonna get down, if you didn't give but $4.25, we gonna get to you today. Touch your neighbor and say, this is the day of giving. I'm trying to do it orderly. So if you're in the line and your total doesn't equal 2,000, you can just slip out while ain't nobody looking right now, and we're gonna call you to come back. Now listen to me. No matter, and I'm coming back to the ministers that are just giving, listen to what I'm saying. If you are here and you are giving 1,000 plus 1, at least, you join me now in the center aisle. I'm coming back to those that are just giving 1,000, but if you're coming with a seed of 1,000 plus 1, wherever you are, I need you to join me in this center aisle.
So obviously there's a growing trend inside certain churches that's starting to make people feel deeply uncomfortable on both sides of the faith. Pastors calling specific dollar amounts during offering, not simply give from your heart, but very direct instructions like $1,000 line to the left, step forward only if you have $2,000. We obviously just saw this not too long ago with Marvin Sapp and the Close the Door.
Close the doors for me for a quick moment. This is simple. 1,000 people giving what I'm about to challenge will be $20,000. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
So let's be fair. Some church members actually celebrate moments like this. They may call it a faith challenge. They say this is what it means to sow sacrificially and expect overflow. They see it as order, not greed. But let's also be honest. There are thousands of lifelong church members who feel heavy watching this, quietly uncomfortable, because it starts to feel transactional, pressuring, conditional, like God's attention is tiered by income level. Then you have people like, this is why I don't even go to church. It's not that they hate God, but it's just because they're watching what looks like spiritual paywall. And when it's one of the most respected names like Marvin Winans or Marvin Sapp doing it, it validates their suspicion that church has become business first. So I ask you this, is this an act of faith or a display of financial control? Is this worship or is this performance culture? And at what point do we admit that this might be pushing more people away from God than actually drawing them in? What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Pastor Marvin Winans? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Once again, thank
So, man, family, let me get a drink of water. A lot to unpack with this one. Lot to unpack. Excellent video, by the way, young lady. Good job on it. And I am happy that Chronicle Speaks put together this video so that we could take something away from it. So basically, I can remember when I was a little boy, my mom always believed in God and always prayed and went to church and paid her tithes or tried to pay her tithes. And my thing was I always questioning, like, okay, because as a kid, children are very intuitive. And from a intellectual standpoint, I was like, well, okay, mama, you already like working 2 jobs to pay tithes on top of putting money in the collection plate because church started at 11, it got out at like 1, so they had like 2 collections on the collection round. The first, like maybe like I don't know, 11:30, 11:45. That's collection plate number 1. They pass collection plate around. People, put money in and whatnot. And then probably around about maybe 12:20, 12:30, there's a second collection plate come around. And at that point, the pastor at the podium, and he getting ready to get busy and light it up. And he gonna go long enough, get you to about 12:50, you'll be out of there by 1. So really and truly, in my mind, I'm like, well, seems like everybody just paying for the show. Cause I remember the good pastor. He sound good, man. This brother could sing. Oh man, could he blow? But at the end of the day, to my understanding, to my recollection, the pastor, the members of that church, they really didn't do all of that. Respectfully, they wasn't in any better shape when they left this planet. They left this place when they passed on. Now, perhaps they are going to get their blessings in the afterlife. But the problem is you got pastors like this who know that we are in social, economic hard times. People barely able to pay their bills. They barely able to keep the lights on. They barely able to keep food in the refrigerator. Nobody ain't hiring. And if they do hire, they want to pay you at the low end of the pay spectrum. So all of this, good pastor, but you still gonna urge people to give money that they truly, really don't have, based on the fact that you want to build, you want to contribute, you want these monies for some type of pastor's building fund because you want to do an add on to the church or you want to build another church. Or perhaps it could be at a pastor's love offering. So this man is asking for people to give at least $1,000. Really and truly, he wants you to give 2,000. Really and truly, you walk up there with 10 stikes, he want that too. He said it. And he also, I took note of, you gonna shame people because the people, he say, yeah, for those that can only give 400 and some dollars, $4, we gonna get you too. We gonna get that money too, but you can walk out in shame. Man, so basically the people who can't afford to give at least $1,000, they pieces of shit. That's what he said. That's what he alluded to. And then I was looking at another clip, another news clip where they interviewed him and he gonna call himself trying to clear it up. And he didn't clear it up. He didn't clear up exactly what he meant to my, oh, well, I would never shame her. I apologize. It was a misunderstanding. No, it wasn't good, sir. You meant exactly what you said. This sister right here, she did an excellent job of capturing you up close and personal. So basically, people are starving in your congregation. There are people who perhaps trying to take care of an elderly grandmother or mother. They struggling. That sister over there got like 2 kids, but you don't give a damn. All you care about is you want to extract as much money from them as you can. So let's look at it. Let's look at it on a more grander scale. When you look at the Joel Osteen, these other multi-million dollar pastors who got these luxury cars and houses and jets, man, they living the life of these entertainers and these professional athletes. Man, good bishop, why you need all that? While people in your congregation are struggling to pay their bills. So I see why people say, man, you know what? Let me go back to when I said when I was a little boy, how when when you young, you just kind of conceptualize things a little bit different. And I was like, man, you know what? This just don't make no sense to me. These people being there every Sunday with that collection plate going around twice, and they getting their tithes at least once a month. And it's like when we walk outside, everybody complaining how they struggling. So you in here paying all this money, which really and truly, when you look at the true teachings of Christ, that man walked the earth and he ain't asked nothing to nobody. So the story is told. He ain't asked nothing to nobody. And he did not allow his disciples to take advantage of the people. Man, the people fed him and housed them and ain't asked nothing to nobody. So now we have become a society of people that now you gaming off people's emotions. You making millions of dollars off people's emotions and telling them if you just go ahead and pay all this money in this life, that's gonna pay your way to heaven in the afterlife. That ain't how it works. So the God that my mother used to pray to, it can't be the same God that they praying to. Because it seems like this God that they praying to is a God that's all about the money, all about them Benjamins, baby. And this is why people are so confused. This is why you have people that are atheists. They don't believe. This is why you have people on the fence. They want to believe, but they looking at, man, look how they behaving. This man is done went viral for shaming this poor lady who had this little boy beside her. Could have been her son. Who knows? Could have been her grandson. And this poor woman is struggling to pay her bills, and he's shaming her, talking about she's short a couple $100. My good sir, shame on you. And then you got this other pastor who gonna basically tell people that this challenge. I'm gonna challenge you to this challenge where at the end of it, we have $20,000, and it's more than 20 people in this congregation. We'll have at least 20,000. So he challenging at least 20 people or more to part ways with $1,000 apiece, just like that. And he went so far as to, when people probably started walking out, like, man, Pastor, you out your rabbit ass mind. I'm struggling around this mug, and you around here talking about you want me to part ways with $1,000, man. I'm out of here. And you gonna tell the ushers to lock the doors, close the doors. So now, good pastor, you and the ushers that done that dumbass shit, now all y'all done committed false imprisonment. I'm gonna tell you right now. You just ain't had the right one in your congregation. Or try with the right one who know the law very well inside and out. Especially when it comes to when you done made some idiotic request of me point ways with $1,000 when I'm struggling to keep my lights on while taking care of my elderly parent, while trying to look out the, other things and trying to be there for other people. You have all of this, and now you want me to pay $1,000 all because of why? Why? Because you want to build another church? Because the other 5 ain't enough? Father's a pastor. And it seems like no matter what religion you choose to follow, they all require you parting ways with something. But to my understanding, the teachings of Jesus Christ, when that man walked the earth, man, it wasn't like this. He wasn't telling people to pay monies here, pay monies there. Not to what I've read. So I see why people don't believe. Now, you have people that's religious, they know that something had to create all of this, so they believe in something, but they don't believe in what the pastors like this are teaching and demanding and shaming folk because they can't part ways with the amount of money that you asking for. And then you got the dude on the organ, he chiming in with it. Man, this is a damn shame. And if it is true that there is a judgment day, you have to go before the Almighty, you have to give an account of your life. But what if the person that's next in line to give an accounting of their life is either heaven or hell, if you believe in the teachings? And this person says, good Lord, Creator, Master, I would like to argue my case before you pass judgment. Don't know the outcome, but I at least want to argue my case as a human being, being sentient, having consciousness. I want to argue my case. My case is this. You put these people, the people that came after the true Christ, that walked the earth, didn't demand nothing from nobody, just wanted people to understand that there's more to it than what meets the eye and demanded that his disciples not only just talk the talk but walk the walk. It seems that since that person, we have become a society with religious leaders that were put in place to help people understand your teachings. But somewhere along the way, your teachings have been corrupted. Your pastors have been corrupted, and they have become a group of religious leaders that care nothing about your teachings, but more about the money. And the people in the church are castigated if they can't, if they couldn't afford to do something, if they couldn't afford to pay this, they were made to, they were belittled. And these are the people, Creator, that you allegedly anointed them to lead your sheep. So they fell, they fell off the good path, and somewhere they fell short. So now your sheep were left with nobody. They were left without shepherds. They were left without people to watch over them. The people, the very same people that were supposed to watch over them, they became the wolves. So your sheep was left to their own devices. So now, some of your people chose to believe in something, knowing that something great created all of this, but they chose not to follow their teaching. They were left to their own devices. They did their best. Creator did their best. I did my best. I didn't kill nobody. I tried to do the right thing. I walked life as cautiously as I could, even though every human being gonna make mistakes. But when I made mistakes and I needed guidance from my religious leaders, this is what I had to choose from. I chose to try to figure it out for myself. So, Creator, my summation and my closing, I will beg of you to accept the evidence as it is. They were supposed to be the anointed ones, but somewhere they start caring more about the material things of this world than of the eternal world that is everlasting life through you. So, who is truly responsible? If the sheep gets eaten up, is it the sheep's fault? Or is it the protector of the sheep? If the protector of the sheep don't see the value in the essence and the purity in protecting the poor, innocent, pure sheep, if they don't see the value in it, then they're no better than the wolf and the poor sheep. Some are innocent. They didn't know any better. They were left to their own devices. And I'm not making any excuses because some of us deserve what's coming to them. That's a fact. But some of us did the best we could with no guidance. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday.